And yeah, so this week I looked up everyone's comp titles. They were good. You guys had a good group. You may come up with some more as you're writing your query letter and or, going further in the process. Feel free, feel free to email me with more titles, but if you drop them in the spreadsheet at this point, I may not notice they're there. So if you think of more comp titles you want me to look up, just drop me an email.
Okay, it looks like mine are all no's.
What do
Oh,
you mean
no, that's
no?
no what I wrote. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it
If I
means
knew
they're
how
not
to
on Kindle
read.
Unlimited. Yeah, how many have sold Life to date? They all look pretty good. There was one title that Kenneth gave us that uh was a little questionable, but it's only been out for 9 months. But you'll see the ratings were below and so were the sales. And when the ratings were above, so were the sales.
Is that the artificial wisdom one?
Yep.
Okay. I'm in a car, so I'm on my mobile. It's a little hard to see the spreadsheet, but
Oh, well,
okay,
let,
I
let me
see it.
just tell you, Kenneth,
I can
there
see it.
is no, oh, okay. All of your
Yeah.
comps were really good except for that one. And that one was not terrible, but I wouldn't leave with it.
Yeah.
And I want to remind people who are writing memoir um, that 5,000 copies is a strong seller. Memoir, that's good. That's nothing to sneeze at. So did you all get the email a week ago today where I gave you the extra video if you wanted a little more information on query letters?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I did. It's a long list of things I need to get to.
that's all right. It's not due until Sunday, and even when if it's past due, I don't care. I have some students that are sending me homework from the last submission class.
Well,
I already did that part. I probably should have looked at that first, but I just went with the lesson and because I've got stuff, I've got to play a music gig on Sunday, so I've spent all my time the next 2 days getting that.
I saw that. So you sent it early so you could prep for the gig. I think that is great. Yeah. You
eh,
also were very complimentary in the email, which, makes my little heart go pitter patter. I'll get
Well,
this back to you by tomorrow.
you deserve it. And I did. I wrote my letter to an actual agent. I thought I might aim, and then I saw later. Oh, I'm supposed to write it to you. But the whole point is to see how we're putting a letter together. I suppose it'll
Yeah.
still, yeah. And I found
Now,
typos
Brian,
and stuff. Yeah,
the email that I got from you
yeah.
is the author information exercise.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I put it up on the board. I put it up on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't need to see that. But
Right.
that's fine.
Don't worry about it then. Don't look at it. Don't waste your time with it. I didn't know if that was
But
part
what
of
I'm saying is
it.
I'm looking to I don't see your query letter.
I thought I hit it on the submissions on the site.
Oh, you put it up on Kajabi.
Yeah, yeah.
Terrific. Okay. My apologies. That's on
That's all
me.
right. Hey, we're all doing the best we can. Some of
Yeah.
us are tremendously successful. We're all successful humans. That's the main thing.
Well, did
so
you end up finding some comps that ended up making you feel better?
I felt better when I started writing it. And what was happening was I was getting a little because I don't have time. When I look at Mike, the one I think one of the people, of course, I got a bunch of them, but I said I'll just focus on one person who I might try to pitch to, and of course, I'll learn as we're going along. I said, so okay, these are the books that I've really loved and read. And I go, I haven't read any of them, and I'm reading all the time, but I'm not. There's so much to read. I can't read them all. And so, but when I was writing the query letter, I saw more ways that I could compare my book to Tilt, even though it is a lot different. There's some things that are very similar, and so I felt okay with that. And I'm,
Yes.
you know, And that
Yeah,
one's a brand new one,
absolutely.
new writer. It's supposed to be the right type to go with, debut author. But of course, she had a reputation as a writer, I think, before, just not a novelist.
It doesn't, I say I want three comps, but you only need one. You
Okay.
just need one to hit the vibes and show market viability. And if you can get one title that does both, that's great.
And I was just getting frustrated with the fact that I've got all these books I have to read in order to keep up with what's going on. But the thing is, I can't
Or
do
you
it.
can do what I do. You read the description,
Uh-huh.
you download the first chapter on Amazon Kindle, and you just read the first few pages. Make sure that the writing is good, and then you move on. That's what most of us do. Hi,
Amy,
Kathy.
hey, so I have two that are good, but I wrote my query letter, but in it you'll see that I more showed viability by the numbers that were affected as XJWs and people in the organization. Um, so I will rework one of these in because I actually totally forgot about them. So
That's not
and
a
then
problem.
resubmit it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And even though, well, I hate to use one that's just another Jehovah's Witness, but I could. But um, that is an older one that was 2020. It is really hard to find ones now because the publishing for it is just getting hot.
Yep.
And so their future, like a year from now, I'm sure it'll look different.
But you did find good comps, and they don't have to be Jehovah's Witness comps.
Right. Well, I think there's only two on the sheet. I thought I had another, but I don't know what I did with them. I found ones in the first one that weren't
Yeah.
comps because they didn't
So
fit.
just use the two. That's fine.
Okay, well, in my letter, I compared it to Lit, Mary Carr's Lit, and
Yep.
Westover is Educated, which is almost more powerful than the specific comps. No, as far as voice,
Yes,
and it is the structured
that's
voice.
okay. But then you have to be very clear with that because
I was. That's in
educated.
that paragraph.
Okay, good. It's extremely iconic right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hi, Maria.
hi, Amy. Sorry to bug, but I think you went over this. So the email, you're referring to the new video on the platform, correct? For the
There's
picture.
yes, there's a video on the platform, but
Okay, that's fine.
last week I
Oh,
also emailed everyone an extra one. Would you
I
like me to resend that to you?
yeah, I didn't get that or I missed it. But I did. I just finished watching the one on the platform, and I just want to say thank you for that because, really helped, which of course I've had the time to do it now to revamp it. But your first component, like connect to the agent, that was so good. Such
Oh,
a
I'm
good,
glad you thought so.
yeah, such a good teaching tool, which makes sense. Like you say, you wouldn't go to a party and just selling something, without the connection. So that was great.
There are a lot of agents that'll say, "Oh, you don't need to bother," and
Yeah.
that's fine. That's and so those agents don't bother. But I feel that you, as I think I've said before, you're trying to start a small business. You're trying to find a partner to start a small business called your book, and you wouldn't just mass mail 35 business people on your main street to try and get them to be join you with a bit new business.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. Yeah. Just the whole sequence. It just I thought I had a decent pitch now or query. Now I have to go back and revamp it, but it's all there. So that's good.
Yeah, when I followed the steps that you put in there, I could see how they all fit together, and it made me feel good, like it makes sense. It wasn't just like I'm looking for a job, please hire me, period. Some sort of thing like that. You know, and you get it out there. You'll get better all the time. Can't write a second one till you write the first one, but don't want to send crap out either.
No, no, it looks like I've got just about everyone's query letter. I'll be able to get those done in the next day or two, and we can get a jump on earlier things.
I'll have to say I liked what you said. Don't spray and pray. Like don't just send them
Right.
like I don't know, 10 letters to same letter to 10 people that you have no clue. But well, they're open, I guess, for submissions, but that doesn't mean that it's a good fit.
Yeah, so we make sure that they're a good fit. And that's why I
Yeah.
really like QueryTracker, AgentQuery, all that, because you can actually see what you can see their stats, you can see what they're looking for.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world now where you don't just have to email.
Yeah.
I was talking with somebody yesterday, and they said that a Manuscript Wishlist has a group on some spin-off of Twitter. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yeah,
What's
let me
that?
drop a link in for you.
Okay,
Manuscript
good.
Wishlist is a website, but also MSWL is a hashtag on Twitter. And there is another website that grabs all of the MSWLs on Twitter and puts them in one flow by timeline. Let me drop that in the chat.
She was saying something that there's some spin-off of Twitter or something. It's called Blue something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you heard about it?
Bluesky, yep.
Is it on
A
Bluesky as
spin-off
well?
of Twitter. It's a clone. It's a version.
Oh,
But here, let me drop the MS wish list, which is it pulls all the MSWL hashtags from Twitter. And there are still a ton of people on Twitter. Yep, but I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on all the social media. I just have to show you guys. My dog, I do not understand. She wants something so badly. She will not leave my poor husband alone. She is just relentless right now. And the poor guy is trying to figure out what she wants.
it's the yearning you have to have.
Yes, yes. Stakes. The stakes are high.
I have two dachshunds. The stakes are always high.
Well, they have to be, or they'll leave them off the counter.
Gotta grab them.
Yep. And as long as I showed you that one, and then there's my little pug chihuahua mix who has never, and he's very old. He has no idea what's going on.
I'm just impressed you were able to zoom in on them that accurately so quickly with your video.
Well, I've got this wireless, it's this little box that's completely wireless that sits on the top of my laptop now.
Mhm.
And I can just pick it up and put it and use it as a camera. There's no wires on it. It's a
But
completely wireless.
you zeroed right in on it. Like when I try and take a picture with my iPad or my laptop, it's hopeless.
Ah, well, it's not me, it's the technology.
It's still impressive.
So, questions about query letters, comp titles, author bios, what I was doing in the 70s, anything you want.
What were you doing in the 70s?
Well, let's see. Uh, well, at the beginning of the 70s, I was learning not to crap my pants. At the end of the 70s, I was learning long division.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
I was going to college in the 70s.
Yeah.
75,
That
79.
was I'm class of 91 from University of Geneseo, and no, sorry, class of 91 from Eastman School of Music and 93 from SUNY Geneseo.
What did you play?
Nothing. I was a vocal major. I studied classical music and was a singer for a long time.
Instead, you became an agent.
Well, I did okay as a singer, but it didn't make a lot of money. So I got a part-time job one Christmas just to make ends meet and to buy Christmas presents at a bookstore. And in February, I went to go back on the road and they liked me and they offered me a full-time job and they made me a book buyer. And I still do music on the weekends, but it started my book career. And yeah, that was in the early 90s. And it was a 16-store chain. I became a book buyer and eventually a sales rep for Random House. And the rest, as they say, is as boring as hell.
So I had sent you early the Canadian, and I can't remember the name of it. I wrote it down here somewhere. Of the memoir about religious deconstruction that's got a
Yes.
Canadian book deal. Is there any way to use that in the query letter, or is that just something an agent would figure out?
Well, you absolutely you could to say that there clearly is a desire for books like these, but the Canadian market is 15% of the US market. And do you remember the name of the publisher that acquired the
Is there
book?
a Dunbar? Was it something
Oh,
Dunbar? I can look it up.
well, yeah, she runs Penguin Random House Canada. Okay,
Okay. Let
yeah.
me double
So
check that. Let me look. I just pulled up all the things I sent you.
let
And
me look by your name. My apologies if I missed something. I was flying
um
back home the last 2 days.
it's here, but I might not have put her. Yeah, Dundurn, not Dunbar, Dundurn Press.
Oh, Dundurn Press. Uh, they're they're legitimate. That's pretty close to the head of PR, Penguin Random House, but not the same thing.
Okay.
All right. So even when I stayed, revised manuscript, wonderful research. Why am I not seeing your email?
It says homework, I think. Let
I
me-
got to go get my charger. I got low battery. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, Kathy, can you resend it? I am so sorry. I'm looking at everything and I see some things that came in on Sunday.
Yeah, that was the later, the first, I think it was the first one. I don't know why because last time it let me upload, but it doesn't let me even click into the pages. And I don't care. This is okay if you're okay with it. But I
I
think it
really
was
am.
first
But
week's.
re-email me that. I'd be grateful.
I'm doing that now. Except I can't see it. So, revised manuscript. Yeah, it's homework that I can't get submitted, I think. Let me double check. Yeah,
Great.
it's at
I'll
the
look
very
at it
end.
tonight.
Um, forward it went to Talcott Notch, but this one I'll send to you. Um,
Oh, you're talking about week 1.
yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
apologies.
we can't do anything with information on it because it hasn't come out until 2027.
Correct. I've just set this aside to look it up tonight and to get a hold of some people I know in Canada to see how big of a deal it was.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Amy, talking about the Canadian market, I've been doing research on agents, and like I get so far into it, and I see like, oh, this is a Canadian agent, or this is an agent based in the UK. What are your thoughts on querying those agents, or would there be a priority there as a US writer? Should we query US first? Is there any advantage, disadvantage?
I know so many Canadian and UK agents that are clamoring for US clients and they're ticked off because they're not getting the good projects, they're not getting queried. Um, they want US clients very much. Yep. Almost without exception. I can say that every friend I have who's an agent in the UK, in Australia, in Ireland, in Canada, they're absolutely open to it. And because it's the biggest market.
So would it be worth my time to query someone at Dunbar Press because they already showed interest, Dundurn, they showed interest in this, or not necessarily?
I don't know if Dundurn Press takes unsolicited manuscripts. We need to look into that.
Okay.
They may only take manuscripts from agents. But we could look it up real quick. Let's see. I can spell Canada. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, they've got a great reputation. We prioritize publishing books by Canadian authors and those eligible to hold Canadian citizenship. Please review these guidelines. We do not accept books that have been previously published or self-published, nonfiction submissions. Yeah, you can submit without an agent, but Ken, so could you. They take thrillers, but they do prioritize authors who are Canadian, which is very common for Canadian publishers, but not Canadian agents.
So in terms of doing deals with publishing houses, like there's no, it doesn't add like a layer of complexity. Like if you get let's say, just say I get an agent from PS Literary, just to throw one out. They can do everything that you can do as a US agent. Like there's no restrictions or extra red tape.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
And if it was PS Literary, they can do a better job than I can. That's a solid company.
I noticed they dominate the Twitter MSWL hashtag, or at least at the beginning of the year they did.
Yeah. And the Rights Factory, Sam Yohito he's in Toronto. He has just hired 8 new agents. They have 15 agents in their agency, and they only had 6 last year. So, yep, there's a lot of Canadian agencies growing like crazy right now.
Yeah. I just got turned on to the podcast, the shit no one tells you about writing, and they're Canadian based as well. And I really like the advice that they're giving on there.
Mm-hmm. Marie, you don't need to raise your hand. You can just talk, hon. It's a small group.
Thank you so much. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm just wondering, for positioning in the query letter, positioning the narrative arc and then saying something really quickly about the authority of the author, that can be said in that pitch as well, correct?
In your case in particular, when you send me your query letter, I'm probably going to ask you to augment your bio to go heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the case for everyone, but for you, you're going to need to, I may have said, make it 75 words or make it 100, but for you, go in. I'll cut if I need to, but
Okay.
Go deep.
Because I have this insider government position that I had, so it's coming from that perspective as well. And the narrative, the personal arc. So I have a whole bunch of things intersecting. Okay.
Right. And it's important that you put it all in there. And if it gets to be too much, I'll help you.
Thank you.
Tighten it up.
Thank you so much.
The first 3 weeks of homework, it's pretty much nothing but thumbs up, you did great, or but this 4th week, I take a red pen and I bleed all over your pages.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, of course, I've self-published the one I'm trying to put out there. And you said that, I don't have 5 or 10,000 sales, and I can't really brag about 175. So, how soon do I pull it down? Because I'm still getting people to pick it up every once in a while. I don't want to pull it down if I'm never going to get a deal anyhow. Should I pull it down? Can I wait until I start hearing from somebody, or should I pull
Well,
it
they're
down
going to
now?
look you up on Amazon and see the book, and they're going to see that the description is exactly the same.
So I got to pull it down. Okay. What
If
about
you want to use that book to query as opposed to wait for the next book you're doing.
Right. And the other thing is, let's say I pulled it down before I sent any query letters out. Is it going to come down from Amazon immediately, or will it be archived? Will they find
It
it?
will always be on Amazon.
Yeah.
But that's why you change the title of the new book. You write a very different description. Yep. Because your old book will always be on Amazon. They'll never take it down. They'll just stop selling it.
Okay. And then the other thing is, uh, what about, will they search by author name too?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
pretty much that one's, I should start trying to figure out how the other ones I haven't even written yet. I'm only halfway through it.
Well, you could try querying the existing book under a different name with a very different description. But I'm pretty sure the agents are going to figure it out, and then they're going to get annoyed that you tried to pull a fast one on them.
Should is there any chances of just coming clean with it, saying it's been self-published? If that's a flusher, just throw it out right now. Are there some agents that would still consider it?
Yes, there are. but it will limit you. But while you're querying that book, if
Yes,
you don't get any nibbles in the next 7 months, by then you finish the next book and then you start querying that one.
that's right. And get practice in the meantime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I admit that it's been self-published in the query letter so to save them time?
Yes. Yeah. If that's the way you're gonna go, then just, this is my book. It was published in 2022. Um, but you're gonna have to we'll have to work on it. You're gonna have to come up with a reason why it didn't sell. And it can't be, I'm not good at marketing. Yeah. You can say have you revised it heavily since it came out?
Well, I
Why
have,
would they want to why would they want to work on a book that didn't sell?
well, you're right. And the real reason you say they don't want to hear is because I don't have any marketing platform, but they don't want to hear that. But
Right.
that's
Because
the
there's
real
lots of people that do.
there's not and uh yeah, there are people who do pretty well with self-publishing. There are lots of people that just put out a book and it not actually 174 is good for someone who doesn't market. It's not too bad.
Exactly.
But uh but right. And so anyhow, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. 'Cause
Remind me of the actual title again.
it's called the Black Wall River, the Black Wall, River to the Wasteland.
I don't know why I can't find it. Hold on, I'm searching by your last name. It's Scottish name like that, you'd think
There's
there it is. Yeah. You've got a very, very short description here. I still recommend that you change the title
yeah.
and change the description and try and pitch it and say yes. I tried my hand at self-publishing, but I didn't actually. Yeah, God, but it's only a year and a half old. Yeah, Brian, I wish I could change the rules of publishing for you. I wish I could. I want to be encouraging, but it's going to be a really tough sell.
All right. Well,
So try it.
and
Do it.
I could still work on try to develop my own platforms and just and try to push it at the self-publishing angle too. Or
With fiction, it's not about a platform. It's about marketing. It's about advertising. It's about reviews. It's about getting the word of mouth out. It has nothing to do with your platform.
Brian, can I tell you, there's a gentleman who lives in Escanaba where we live during the summer, and he self-published a book called Serenity Gang. He's about my age, and he took his cues from another author in Escanaba who has published 10 books, each selling 10,000, all self-published. But these people are going to local libraries, they do book readings, they meet the author, and he's selling. I kind of watched it. He's selling, and part of it's because his community knows him, but there were only 100 of us at the library, but it's a small town, so that's a lot of people. But the reach is growing for him, and for her, it obviously has. She does murder mysteries, and some of the ones she self-published are horrible. Like we couldn't even stand listening to it because they were just stupid. But some of them were really good. They didn't follow Allison's rules of writing. But I was telling Maria, it like you don't have to follow those. There are readership if you just keep it out there. But what they've done is gone in person, have stacks of books. That's where I bought mine. Local bookstores, they've gone and taken them in there to sell some. And if you're in a small community, they'll definitely, and I think it's all on consignment. So you have some printed and take them in, but they don't depend on them selling just on Amazon or on Kindle. And they've asked if we would do reviews. So that's to help boost it too. But so there can be a market. And that's an easy one to do because if you're passionate about your book, we didn't ask them hard questions. It was just, it was a good read. And her books are good read for the most part.
yeah, and I think I know where my audience is, and I don't think it's that big for one thing, because it's not, there's no, it's not, the book is not a fun read. It's more towards literary fiction, self-actualization sort of thing, because I studied literature, and that's what I'm driven to write, is that sort of stuff, you know. And
But mine is literary nonfiction. It's memoir, which is hard too, but I'm already thinking about the communities that I'm going to connect with. And the library is one of them. Almost everybody knows somebody who has some association with the religion. Yours, I'm sure there are people who are somehow connected to it. And it's the thing that a person's like, no, I don't want to travel anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere because I'm a long way from everything. But people like to meet the author. If you're interesting when you talk to them, or for whatever reason they connect, they're going to buy your book, and then they'll read it, and then other people will read it. I've
yeah,
already recommended the
I
book to other
the other
people.
thing, yeah,
I've read Brian's book, and I would say, Brian, you'd be in much better shape to get interviewed like at the Omega Institute, or getting on some podcasts through Shambhala, or there's a lot of wonderful um spiritual podcasts out there, and self-actualization, and that might be a great start too.
But it's the people to people connection for debut, I think, rather, I know that an agent may not want my book. They may not feel it's viable. I do now after the research I've done, but there's still avenues to connect with people to get it.
No crying.
the one more thought on that is, I've kind of moved away from selling my stuff myself, because there's no tracking of sales on that. So I can't show how many sales I have. Uh, I guess because I mean, I have ISBN number on it. I think that there's some sort of barcode on it. I don't know. That's a different thing. See,
And
so
see, but again, self-publishing is a full-time business. It's not something that you dabble in. My successful indie authors, they can't prove that they've sold 40,000 copies of their hardcover. But what they do is they print out their how many books they had printed. They show from their TikTok shop. But it's a full-time job to do what you're doing. And it sounds very much like you would like a publisher to do it for you.
I'll just work on that other book. So because the other one's probably going to be better anyhow. There are places I could improve the one I've got. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's all pretty good, actually, but that's what I think. And some other people do, but they're all probably like me. Uh, but will it mess me up if I just go ahead and send this out and say, well, maybe, maybe somebody is be interested enough to check it out and they might like it? Or is that going to screw me up forever? They go, I remember this guy. Fuck him. I don't
No,
want.
they won't remember. And
Okay.
and it's quite okay when someone turns down a project to then query them again and said, you may remember, they won't, but you may remember that I queried you for the Black Wall. I have a new project that I'm very excited about. And yeah, you can do that.
Okay. All right. Uh, so it might be worth it to do it just for practice, even though I know the chances are about 1 in 5 billion that I get picked up.
Mhm. Well, I don't know if it's that bad. I don't mean to be that discouraging.
And there might be somebody who there have been one a couple of friends of mine who read it, who would be straight with me, who really really dug it. They dug it, and like some people didn't at all, because they couldn't follow it. They couldn't figure out the whole the way that the arc of the book, and they go, I don't know what I was doing on with that book. But anyhow, I can always hope that somebody really resonates with it. Like, oh yeah, this is step 2 in the 12 steps. That's what I want.
Yeah. Well, maybe you want to start uh, scoping out the agents that drop 12-step language, where they talk about church basements, or there's all sorts of coded language. And maybe find a couple of agents that, talk about uh, contempt prior to investigation. Start Googling them. See if maybe you can grab some of them.
And the other thing is that I'd really, I've got the problem with the fact that I'm doing spiritual writing and I'm using the model of the Christian model, but it's not Christian really, because I mean it's T.S. Eliot wrote about Hinduism, this in his thing, and but that the problem is you get both ends hate you, because one end says, "What the hell? Some religious freak trying to tell me," and the other end saying, "It's not religious. He doesn't believe that gays are okay or bad people."
Well,
And so, but
Brian, I don't know which book, I don't know how many books you've written in your
yeah,
life, but I don't know any authors who got it right with their first book or even their second book. It takes a couple books to find the right balance.
and so I'll just work on number two. And the other thing is there is an author who has sold pretty well, who I can't remember who his press is, but he writes stuff like this. I could look at that publisher and see if they're just into this sort of thing. And
Yeah,
and
reach out to them.
he's not a big seller either. So it's possible that it'd be a smaller publisher that doesn't have to filter so many people with acid tests like self-published. No.
Well, do we have any questions about query letters, about your author bios?
No.
Okay. All right. Kathy, I will get back to you. I'm so sorry I missed the bottom of your email from the 4th. I will look into Dundurn and I will look into some other Canadian aspects for you.
Okay. It's okay.
No, you're not Canadian, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Near the border in the Upper Peninsula, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, well, I'm from Burlington, Vermont. I'm not
Okay.
Canadian either.
Yeah,
My
it doesn't
dad
count.
was.
Yeah.
No, no. All right. I will see you guys next week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.